Geek Citadel.
With a series like Gabriel Knight, it's clear that Jane Jensen is no stranger to adventure games. Her latest title, Moebius Empire Rising, follows the exploits of eccentric antique specialist Malachi Rector. Rector becomes involved in a case that revolves around history. A mysterious government agency hires him to discover facts about the lives of murdered women. Not to find out who killed them, but instead to figure out how their lives meld with the famous people in history. This leads Rector to a heap of trouble he didn't expect, like being attacked by the least threatening ninjas in existence. Seemingly out of nowhere, he meets a Captain America lookalike and hires him as security. The two men travel the world studying antiques and learning the secrets behind these mysterious ties to murder and history. However, the real meat and bones is in the developing relationship between the two, and the barrier of ice that chips away from Rector as he becomes friends with David Walker. The plot is strange, and you never really understand what's going on until about the middle of the game, but the dialogue is well written and the characters are interesting.
So, you're straight then?
My personal life is none of your business either.
Malachi and David's relationship is both comedic and romantic. Sometimes you think the two guys are going to tumble in the sheets, and other times they argue like an old married couple. It's a strange relationship, but it's what the game is really about. The history mystery, hey, that rhymed, is an overarching piece of the puzzle that propels you to continue. But the relationship between David and Malachi, while not always genuine, is the main selling point.
You're not leaving.
Yeah, actually I am. Unless you have something you want to tell me.
Moebius plays like your typical adventure game. You'll click on stuff, converse with people, and solve a variety of puzzles. Its appeal draws from the logistics-based formula of Malachi Rector himself, who, much like Sherlock Holmes, can understand a variety of things about an object or a person in seconds. You'll use this logic to analyze crime scenes, furniture, and citizens of various locales. It'll help Malachi to manipulate people to see things his way. Moebius also allows Rector to choose certain dialogue statements and change how a person feels about him. The overall effect doesn't seem to have long-lasting ramifications and focuses on how people will react in that chapter. The puzzles are fun, but the method of playing them can be a frustrating endeavor. Malachi will see a variety of items that he will obviously have to pick up and use in a puzzle. Unfortunately, he has to have a conversation or observe an item first before he can grab it. This leads to tons of unnecessary padding of the game due to continuous backtracking to retrieve items. Moebius has a great voice cast, especially in the likes of Malachi Rector, who was portrayed by Owen Thomas.
You want to call her personally?
No, I intend to put it on Craigslist.
How would you know about Craigslist anyway? Here it is, 555-3213. That's her personal line. Don't abuse it.
Yes, I'm all about phone pranking. Thank you.
He excels so much at portraying the standoffish, aloof asshole that is Malachi that his performance often overtakes the rest of the cast.
What if we were to get into a situation where you couldn't get your meds? I need to know how to deal with that.
You mean if we're kidnapped? Thrown into a dungeon, perhaps? That's likely.
That's not to say that they aren't great in their roles. It's just obvious that they are outclassed by Mr. Thomas. My problem with Moebius isn't the visuals themselves, though there are some odd design choices, especially when it comes to Malachi Rector's large torso and slender man arms. It's mostly the animation that takes the wind out of the sails. It's pretty much a mess of odd character movement and distracting bugs, which can quickly take you out of the experience. It's not even an issue of how buggy the game is when the fuzzy cinematics exhibit comical puppet moments. Despite all the animation issues and backtracking for items, Moebius is an entertaining take on the detective genre. With a fine voice cast, some fun puzzle elements, and an intriguing storyline, the latest Jane Jensen game has some fun hidden in the cracks. Geek Citadel gives Moebius Empire Rising 3 stars out of 5. Malachi Rector's journey isn't perfect, but it's an educational thriller worth checking out. For more reviews and opinion pieces, visit geekcitadel.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.